Callie, you didn't get to play much Mass Effect Andromeda, but you're a big Knights of the Old Republic fan, so I want to have you talk about that a lot. And I just want to talk about our favorite BioWare RPGs, because I feel like I just was really negative about Mass Effect Andromeda the more I play it. Sorry, those first 2 hours I was negative about. But BioWare has done some fantastic stuff, and this isn't the same studio. This is a new studio, BioWare Montreal, composed of like different parts of BioWare.
The Canadian parts.
Yeah.
Nice. Nicely done.
I'm not that familiar with the way their company operates.
But they've done some cool stuff in the past. I think we each have games we could talk about.
Sure.
But Callie, Knights of the Old Republic. I know a lot of people like this game. I love this game, but why do you love this game?
It's okay. So to start off, I think that it hasn't aged necessarily very well. I would like to preface what I'm about to say, but I remember first playing it on the original Xbox.
Yes.
Oh my God, what year is it? And I liked being able to, like, at the time I had just like gotten into Star Wars also, so I liked being able to explore the extended universe. I mean, is it canon? I don't even know. I'm not super big into Star Wars, as you can probably tell, but I liked being able to explore the universe on my own terms mostly, and I just really liked the structure, the structure of choice. I mean, it's something I hadn't seen in a game before, really, that I'd played. And I've been looking for something from BioWare to kind of recapture how that made me feel. And I can't get that from KOTOR anymore. I downloaded it on my PC, and I was like, this game looks horrible. I can't play this anymore.
See it right there.
Of the myriad Star Wars properties on video games, this is one of those that people always say did the property justice.
It absolutely does.
I actually really enjoyed The Old Republic, the MMO that they developed a couple years back. I had to do some guides for it, and I found myself actually just playing it for fun, which I didn't expect at all.
Yeah, I dabbled in it a little bit, but again, it was just like I was searching for the KOTOR feeling, and I just couldn't get it.
Yeah.
Good God, Maying on Twitch just said, this game doesn't look that much worse than Andromeda.
Oh, man.
That's not true. I didn't say it.
That's not true. It looks pretty bad now.
I played it on my Mac like 2 years ago. That was the most recent playthrough.
Yeah, I mean,
still liked it.
My memory of it is in much higher fidelity than it actually is. Yeah, it's hard to say because it's in retrospect, I think that there's a lot of things it doesn't do very well, right? But at the time, having what I felt was like super open exploration and like story choice and a story that I found interesting was all really new to me. And I just want to get that back.
Did you play 2?
Mm-hmm.
Did you like it?
Yeah, I like 2. I mean, I think my memory of 2 is more hazy, actually.
It's Obsidian, though, right?
Yeah.
2's the better one.
What do you say?
John Luke says 2 is the better one.
Oh, man.
Oh, I thought he said 2001. Space Odyssey?
Kubrick did Knights of the Old Republic? Yeah, Jean-Luc Seipke just chimed in saying Knights of the Old Republic 2 is better than the first one. So tweet at him, not me, to complain. Jake, what is your favorite BioWare RPG? If it's not Knights of the Old Republic, what's another one you like?
Mass Effect 2.
Yeah?
Yeah, I think Mass Effect 2. I think especially, I mean, Jean-Luc and I are actually doing, I guess I'm going to plug something too. We're doing Saddest Party on the Citadel, which is basically we're playing Mass Effect 2 and 3, and we're playing in a way where you kill as many characters as you can in harsh
harder
ways
than it
possible.
sounds.
I'll never
It
forgive
is,
you.
And that is another reason why I'm so impressed with Mass Effect 2 is because you build up this team and all of them can die in 2, potentially. And just the way the story changes 3, the way all the different factors it takes into account, it's really ahead of its time. And all the missions are kind of like sort of little short stories that like, it's a good way to get to know your characters. Rather than Andromeda, you just kind of like run into them in the world. This is like, all right, now I need to do a loyalty mission with this character I don't particularly like, but I want him to survive. And then you get this whole backstory about why he's helping Shepard, why he's doing this. And it makes for a really compelling narrative. And I think that is the best Mass Effect game, and I think it is one of the best games I've played.
Yeah, that suicide mission at the end is just
it's
one of the best
incredible
things ever. The way they build to it and the way it pans out and shows you how your choices have actually had consequences as you go through the game is pretty awesome. Pete,
Yo,
BioWare me.
I see someone talking about Baldur's Gate, and they are right.
Baldur's Gate.
Baldur's Gate.
Your gate's balder than mine.
Whoa!
Did you like it?
So yeah.
Don't die.
Back in high school, I think it was around 2002 or so, Baldur's Gate 2, maybe its first expansion came out. And that was sort of my first introduction into like the Dungeons and Dragons style RPGs and BioWare's writing. That game was very different. As someone who primarily played consoles, even though I had access to PCs, like console games were my thing, but I was really shocked to find like the visuals, though it wasn't like a 3D game, it wasn't trying to do that. Just really great art style, really great writing, and depth to the combat system and character creation and growth that I really hadn't experienced before in a game. It's one of those things that I remember fondly that I would love to revisit. But those games are super dense. They're really hard. Planescape Torment, Torment Tides of Numenera, that just came out recently. It kind of like follows a similar mold. It's not made by BioWare, obviously.
Yeah, it was Brian Fargo in Exile Entertainment.
Yeah, so that game, I don't know. Daniel Starkey, a freelance writer who gave that review, gave it a 9 out of 10. And so I'm kind of enthused to play that. I've heard some other mixed opinions on the game, so I don't know. But
very text-heavy classical RPG, right?
Very text-heavy, yeah, which maybe at the time for me when I was in high school, that was right. Be curious to see how it pans out now, but yeah, like BioWare's older stuff, and then I went on to play Neverwinter Nights as well, like the original version, and that game was also pretty cool. I brought all that stuff into a 3D environment.
I can't see the name of that game without hearing in my head Torment Tides of Marinara.
That sounds delicious.
It's a new Italian restaurant that opened up here in San Francisco that I opened it. What am I talking about?
There's just a guy screaming and like a tide of
all right.
sauce.
I haven't seen anybody mention this in the chat yet, and I'm both sad and
Dragon Age
excited to talk about. No, Jade Empire. Do you guys ever play Jade Empire?
No, missed that one.
I did.
Me.
Yeah. Okay, so that's why when I got into Mass Effect Andromeda, I was like, I'm looking forward to these
Kung Fu.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to the characters and everything. The characters in Jade Empire are some of my favorite. I wish I knew their names, and like this is one time my memory will fail me. I played it once, and the combat got really repetitive because it was like actual real-time combat as opposed to. I mean, I guess they're all real-time, but you're clicking a. It's a more of a MMO. You know, you use this ability, and there'll be an animation that actually attacks them. This is you're actually doing like these light and heavy attacks and these combos, and you pick a fighting style, like a kung fu style, or I don't know. You can see this. How fantastic this game looked, but I really liked it.
I'm amazed that game even got made. Like, just considering the setting and everything like that, and like the style, and like considering it's a new IP, like it is really cool.
There's the Dolph Ziggler comment. That people say that.
Oh, someone did mention Jade Empire, Mike. Pay attention.
Someone
to the
did
chat
mention
more.
Jade Empire. Archangel 3371. Thank you. Sorry I missed it. He did mention Jade Empire, but yeah, it got repetitive in terms of the combat. But I liked it for what it was. I liked how, I don't know, I felt like thought, because I played Knights of the Republic before this, and then I played this, and it felt like they took what I loved about Knights of the Republic in terms of characters and the writing, and they actually brought it into this cool, like, mythical, you know, like, Japanese landscape. And it was really, I don't know, I really like a lot of the characters from it.
Yeah, I mean, kind of like we touched on earlier, even when the combat in these games gets repetitive, it's not really, it doesn't detract for me as much as it could in another game, because I am there for the characters and getting invested in the story, if that makes sense. Was that your experience with Jade Empire?
Yeah, it was the story, the narrative, the characters that pulled me through it. If that was just the combat all throughout, I would have been bored.
Yeah.
Which is funny because it was based on like Kung Fu, so someone just said, why would you make the combat that bad? And Kung Fu is Chinese, not Japanese.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I've been biting my tongue.
You can correct me. Call me out. Do it.
I get tired of doing that.
Yeah, because you have to do it so much. And then, yeah, people are mentioning Dragon Age. Who wants to talk about it? Jake, did you play Dragon Age?
I played a little bit of Origins. I played Inquisition. Did not like Inquisition, but that's all I'm going to say.
Callie, do you like any Dragon Age games?
I tried Inquisition.
I played the first game.
Do you like it?
I did.
Yeah.
I didn't finish it, though, unfortunately. That was back when I was freelancing and struggling.
Yeah.
Games for fun were not a thing.
Jean-Luc loves Dragon Age Origins. I think he's dying inside there.
It's really good. I like Dragon Age Origins. I did not like Inquisition as much. I played like 80 hours of Inquisition, but I didn't really like it that much.
Played 4 hours of that game. That's just dope.
I made a dwarf. He was my first character in Origins. I played Dragon Age 2 as well. Didn't like it as much. But Dragon Age Origins, like I said, that was one of the pinnacles of BioWare, right? It's the overarching narrative was great, but these, like Jake, you were saying, Mass Effect 2 was good at these little short stories. that you kind of get to know your characters through. I think this game did a good job tying those together with an actual good story. And of course, your choices have consequences in this game as well. But anyway, yeah. I think Mass Effect Andromeda is taking a little too much from Dragon Age Inquisition and how you explore, and I'm not liking it. It feels like an empty world, even though I keep exploring it. I've only been to one planet that I can talk about, but I've been to more that I can't.
Couldn't that planet have been a little bit more exciting?
Yeah.
Or interesting?
That's what I was saying. It's a different galaxy. Why are we...
Yeah.
Why is this just this same fungal thing we've seen in a lot of sci-fi now? All right. That is all the time we have today, but yeah, we will have more of Mass Effect Andromeda coverage up. Multiplayer stream today at 2 p.m. Like I said at the beginning of the show, we have that giveaway. Evolve is like free games with gold now, so we figured we give away some of those Funko figures. They're more detailed. They're not Funko Pop like figures. They're Funko made like action figures. They're really cool. It's like the 4 original hunters and the Goliath monster.
Are those the figures you walked up to my desk and said I have more figures for your Pikachu collection?
Yeah, they look nothing like that electric rat. But we are giving those away. So a few times in the chat, Shiva, who runs our Twitter, she posted the link. But just retweet, go follow GameSpot if you don't on Twitter. Retweet that tweet, and then later on the week we might pick you and you might get those. There's 5 of them, and we'll send them to you. And then there's, like I said, Mass Effect Andromeda stream today at 2. Thanks so much to everybody in the back. Jean-Luc Seipke, Eric Tay, Richard Lee. Like I said, we're still decorating our new set, but this is kind of how it's going to look from now on. So we appreciate you stopping by as always. Thanks for all the questions you sent in. We will be covering Mass Effect Andromeda throughout the week. Scott Butterworth's review will be up on Monday, the 20th. So you can come back and see what he thought about that game after playing the entire thing. Oh!
I just see a change in colors.
Someone has a remote in the back for these lights.
Oh, I'm sitting on it. Sorry.
Are you farting and changing the colors in this room? Purple.
Not this room.
Blue. Make it blue. I like blue. Reboot colors. Give it to me. Yeah. Go watch Reboot. It's our Jake and I working on the show. We did one on Zelda. You can go watch that. Also, Mass Effect Andromeda.
Wrap this up.
Shut up, Tay. He's telling me to wrap it up. But we have the story of Mass Effect coming up this weekend. It's a documentary series that we've been working on. The UK team and Richard Lee and Chris Beaumont here went to PAX recently to go talk to the Mass Effect Andromeda developers about the behind the scenes, about starting over from the original trilogy. You can go watch that. That'll be up this weekend. It'll be 2 episodes. They'll be publishing. Check it out. I've seen a lot of it. It looks great. You can check out more if you want to know more about behind the scenes of Mass Effect Andromeda. But thanks so much for stopping by today. That is our show. We will be back next week, as always, 11 a.m. Pacific, daylight savings time. We'll see you then.